The clock blinked 11:43 p.m. Celia Harper tightened her coat around her thin shoulders as she sat curled on a cold plastic chair in Terminal B of O'Hare International. Her daughter, Emma, just 4 years old, slept curled like a kitten across her lap, her tiny face smudged with chocolate and exhaustion. Celia had missed her connecting flight. Again. Not due to her fault, but because her original flight had been delayed from Cleveland, and the next one was overbooked. The airline had offered a hotel voucher, but she didn't have a credit card to place the mandatory hold. So she stayed. Alone in the corner of a near-empty airport, broke, tired, and defeated. She whispered into her phone, careful not to wake Emma, "Mom, I can't do this anymore. I don't know why I thought I could. I thought maybe getting to San Diego would be a fresh start, but I can't even afford food in this place." Her voice cracked as she turned her back toward the rest of the terminal. "I've failed her," she whispered. "I'm just so tired." What Celia didn't know was that just 20 feet behind her, a man in a navy hoodie and jeans was plugging his phone into the wall outlet. His name was Alan Grayson, and he was the CEO of West Sky Airlines, the very airline that had bumped her off her connecting flight. But tonight, Alan wasn't flying first class or being chauffeured into a private lounge. He'd quietly volunteered to fly commercial, economy seat, no assistance, no attention. After a week of being buried in spreadsheets and boardroom jargon, Alan had wanted to feel connected again. See what his airline looked like through the eyes of everyday travelers. He never expected to hear what he heard. Alan froze when he heard the mother's voice tremble. Her words pierced him. He slowly turned his head and saw her, shivering, trying to keep her daughter warm with her own coat, talking in the quietest voice imaginable. This wasn't a customer complaint. This was desperation. He didn't move right away. He watched. He listened. And he remembered. He remembered his own mother, working 2 jobs to put him through school, hiding overdue utility bills under a stack of magazines. He remembered sitting in bus terminals, tired and scared, while she told him everything would be okay, even when she wasn't sure it would. Alan stood, pulled up the airline's app, and checked her name on the standby list. Celia Harper. Flight to San Diego. He opened his contacts and dialed a number. "Tell the overnight crew to pull Ms. Harper and her daughter off standby," he said. "Book her into first class. Hotel voucher. Meal credits. Everything. And make sure she's boarded before anyone else." Quietly. The staff hesitated on the other end of the line. "Sir, are we comping this under?" "Under compassion," Alan interrupted. "It's overdue." Then he walked to the terminal coffee shop and ordered a hot chocolate and a turkey sandwich. He scribbled a short note on a napkin and handed the bag to an attendant near the gate. Quietly, he repeated. "Just say someone left this for her." The next morning, Celia was gently awoken by an airline employee. "Miss Harper, we've made some changes to your booking. You and your daughter will be flying first class to San Diego today. There's no additional charge." Celia blinked, confused. I don't understand." "How?" The attendant smiled. "Someone overheard your call last night. He wanted you to know you're not invisible." Inside the paper bag was the hot sandwich, the drink, and a napkin note. "I heard you. You haven't failed. You're fighting, and that's what matters. Enjoy the sky today. You deserve it. A friend." Celia burst into tears. Not because of the flight. Not because of the sandwich. But because someone had seen her. Someone had heard her when she thought no one was listening. 30,000 feet above the clouds, Emma giggled as she watched cartoons on her seat screen, holding her mother's hand. And for the first time in months, Celia leaned back, tears drying on her cheeks, and allowed herself to breathe. Months later, West Sky Airlines ran a story in their in-flight magazine titled, "Leading with Heart, the CEO Who Listened." The article never named Celia, but it mentioned the night that changed Alan Grayson's entire view of leadership. I realized that our passengers aren't numbers. They're stories. They're people who carry invisible battles. And sometimes, all it takes to help them is to listen. The world didn't change overnight. But for one mother and her child, it did. And maybe that's how the world really changes. One act of compassion at a time. Let this remind us all, you never know who's listening. You never know who needs kindness. And you never know when a quiet act can rewrite someone's entire story.